Hello everyone and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. Now that a major part of all the holiday hoopla is behind us, it's time to get serious about the task at hand. And we can get our marching orders as Catholics right from the Holy Father himself. On New Year's Day, he said the following, quote, "It seems as if a shadow has fallen over our time," end quote. He couldn't be more correct. And he made a special point of talking about and to the young. It's the younger generation that has inherited this awful mess that the world now finds itself in. College graduates struggling to find jobs, for example. The unemployment rate in Spain for those between 18 and 39 is, get this, 50%. In the United States, a recent poll from a prestigious polling agency found that Americans over 39 now believe, for the first time ever, that the younger generation will be less likely to achieve the American dream than their generation was, which is a shorthand way of saying that the great American experiment is beginning to unravel. Not terribly surprising, though, since the entire edifice was built on the assumption of a prevailing morality which has receded and evaporated to such a degree that what was once considered immoral in many instances doesn't even register on the morality radar anymore at all. So what about young people? Our Holy Father went on to tell them not to give in to discouragement, saying they, quote, "can offer new hope to the world." You bet they can. We have a slew of young people, the very audience that Pope Benedict is talking to and about, working right here in these studios. They're just off camera right here. But there's an even deeper question here. Who is going to give the young people hope? The only hope there is, of course, is Jesus Christ, but someone must make him present to the world. People, individuals must do this. It must be their life's work, their goal, their ambition, their reason for getting out of bed every day. The old world is collapsing. Major changes, huge transformations are in the offing and coming very soon. Some of them are already beginning. Economies are rocked. It's now widely believed, for example, that the euro will no longer exist come the spring, if not sooner. The fall and the crash of the euro will have far-reaching and near calamitous effects throughout the entire global economy, but most especially in the West, that is if economists are to be believed. A new world, a new way of people being in relationship to each other as a society is forming behind the scenes. The exact nature of this new world is not yet known, at least from us here on Earth, but from all the early indications, it's almost a certainty that whoever emerges to take the lead, so to speak, will not be happily disposed toward the Catholic Church. All societal markers right now point to a new world, or at least a transitional world that will continue to isolate the Catholic Church and marginalize her, certainly in the culture at large, and most likely in the implementation of laws as well. Last year, the Holy Father compared the collapse of the Roman Empire to the transformation going on in our own times as we pass from the old world to the new. His words, which linked the collapse of Rome to today's Western civilization, are, quote, "the sun was setting over an entire world." It's beyond dispute that the lights are going out all over the globe in our own day as well. So the big question is this: what does this mean for the Church? We know that she will survive until the end of time. Our blessed Lord has promised that. What we don't know is what form that will take. Recall that she spent essentially her first 3 centuries almost totally underground. Even as she emerged from the catacombs to construct what came to be known as Western civilization, she was continually threatened from every side and racked by schism and heresy from within, and emperors and warlords from without. In our day, it seems as though all these threats are present at the same time and with greater force than ever before. What this means is that Catholics must now concern themselves with one thing and one thing only: the preservation of the faith in the rapidly descending new dark ages. The Church is here now in the present and will be out there in the future. But in the meantime, there is a great need to build the bridge from the present to the future. This will primarily be the work of the young, under the tutelage of the few remaining faithful Catholics who lived through as well as contributed to the current wreckage of the Church, not to mention the culture at large. What can emerge as the world falls apart is a new and more vibrant Church that today seems only like a fantasy, but in the end will come forth from the carnage to once again shape human destiny. But the cost of such an undertaking will be monumental, ranging from martyrdom, both red and white, as well as total dedication of lives and fortunes. In this war, there is no détente. You are either on the winning side or the losing side. Time to get serious. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.